You see, Spike, you should never give up. There's nothing we can't overcome if we all work together.
So true, Twilight Sparkle. So true.
Come on, girl.
Oh, right. Sorry. I forgot I was supposed to be answering questions. Sorry. How has your style matured? I'd say it definitely hasn't at all. I'm very into sweet right now. I actually sold all my non-sweet dresses. I've kept 2 classical dresses that I couldn't give away, but everything else, my wardrobe is very pink. I guess what's changed is I wear wigs now a lot. So I can get different hairstyles whenever I want. It's fun. I'm also a lot more into OTT sweet, except it kind of annoys me when people say it's unoriginal, because I don't think people are wearing it because they want to be special. I think they're wearing it because they like it. Are you Scottish? You make me proud to be Scottish if you are. Yes, I'm Scottish. I'm sure you could tell from my accent. My accent I would not say is traditional Scottish. It's a weird accent. I don't know, it's got a bit of American and English in there as well. Technically I'm English because I was born in Yorkshire and I only moved up to Scotland when I was 7. So I think that's why my accent's like a weird mix. But your comment was very sweet, so thank you. About how you decorate? Things to suggest? How do I decorate? Blue tack, my friends. Blue tack. You just use it to stick anything you want anywhere, provided it's light and not really heavy. Ta! You could say this design method was a little tacky. Why aren't you laughing? Where do you buy your clothes? Are they expensive? I get asked this question a lot. 90% of my Lolita clothes come from a Japanese shop called Bodyline. A lot of Lolitas know this store because it's like affordable but still good quality Lolita clothing. It's not as good as brand quality with the big expensive stores like Angelic Pretty and Baby Starshine Bright, but it's still really good quality. You can stick it in the wash, it won't fall apart. They're very good clothes. Their shoes are really good as well, but you have to make sure you check sizing charts to make sure you get the right size, because a lot of people tend to mess up with that. Some of my other stuff comes from Cutieland. They have a really big variety. Lolita clothing are going to be cheap, especially because they come from Japan. You'll realise you spend a lot of money on the shipping alone. The reason I've been able to afford so much is because I wait for the sales. The sales on Bodyline are really good. But you have to be patient, you have to wait for them, and you have to wait for the prices to lower on the newer items. So basically, just wait, watch for the prices, and then order, because it will save you a lot of money. I will say though that recently this year Bodyline have got more pricey, but their dresses have also got pretty cool and less generic, so it kind of weighs itself out a wee bit. Do you wear this style all the time, or only on conventions and cosplay and stuff? Meh. All the time. A lot of the time I'm not well enough to get dressed, so this is my reward for getting dressed. But I feel weird going out in casual kind of clothes. I'm too used to like walking about with the huge sort of peg on, so it makes me feel a bit naked when I walk around with like a mini skirt and a t-shirt on. It feels really weird. What kind of reactions do you get when you go outside like that? I think in different parts of the world people give Lolitas very different reactions. For example, some places people tend to really like it, and in some other places it's quite dangerous to wear to stand out. I've heard a lot of stories about Lolitas being attacked just for what they're wearing, which is quite... makes me mad. But I've never ever had any trouble with it whatsoever. I feel incredibly lucky. When I lived in a little village in the middle of nowhere, people just knew me. They knew I was batty already, so they just sort of... I used to be nicknamed the village princess. Not quite sure what to think about that. That's awkward. When I moved to the big city, I felt really relaxed. Nobody cared. It was great. You know, occasionally you'll get like people go like, what the fuck? Kind of look, but they'll forget about me in about 5 seconds. So I really don't care at all. It's great. I feel fantastic here.
If you could live in an enchanted forest or a castle of luxury, which would it be? Why?
Oh, enchanted forest. Definitely. I keep having fantasies about kind of living in a little cottage in the middle of a forest, like Snow White. Lots of animals and stuff. It's really childish, but I love that idea. I definitely wouldn't pick the castle of luxury because when I think of castles, I think of very cold, drafty places that take forever to get around because they're so big. Excuse me a minute, I'm just going to get a cup of tea.
If you were stranded in fairy tale land, what 3 things would you take with you? Why?
Well, whoa, 3 things. I have to choose. I guess I would take fairy wands, but I've already got one, so I guess I'll be safe from all kinds of witches and wizards if I take one of these. What am I talking about? This is made of plastic. I haven't even taken the label off it yet. Second item, I think I would definitely take a very extravagant ball gown because in fairy tales you can get away with wearing those all the time, and in a fairy tale I'm probably going to end up at a ball, so I better look my best, right? Or I could just like come in pyjamas and be like, okay, I'm going to be really, really annoying and say my yes. Because I think if I was trapped in a fairy tale world I'd get a bit of culture shock and need some sort of technology, so hopefully I can run it on potato power to charge up.
If your life were a fairy tale, which would it be?
Oh, more fairy tale questions. So, Rapunzel, I think. I have to live inside a lot. I can't go out very much, so sometimes I feel a bit trapped. It feels great when I go out. I have such a good time. So in a way, I felt like the Disney movie Tangled would really hit close to home. I thought I was a lot like the character, and I cover my walls in all kinds of stuff. As you can see, Cinnamoroll judges you.
Is everything okay where you are?
No, it's not. We're all gonna die. Have you ever worn gothic Lolita? Believe it or not, yes I did. In high school, the dress code was basically black and white. Strictly black and white. I had to be smart, so I kind of got a gothic old school Lolita outfit and wore it. Cool. And nobody really said anything. They obviously thought it was smart enough for school uniform. The headmaster came up to me once and was like, "That's a very interesting outfit you've got on there, Ruth." And I was like, "Yeah, thank you. I made sure it fitted with the school's dress code." He was like, "Yeah, I see."
Hi Peachy, not to be personal or rude, but are you a boy or a girl? I mean, you seem like a girl, but on DeviantArt you said, "I didn't want to put my entire pony collection on these shelves since I have so many and people already make fun of me for being a brony. And a brony is a male who watches My Little Pony Friendship is Magic." Sorry, I've just been wondering if you misunderstood what a brony was or if you had a gender change. You don't have to answer if you think it's too personal. I just really want to know.
I have to say that's probably my favourite question in the history of ever. Thank you.
Is everything okay where you are?